Your Country 1039 KGRT. That is Dan and Shay and you.
Time now for the question of the day.
Yes, my friends, it is question of the day time. And question of the day comes from the fact that lots of new college freshmen are getting ready to start their higher ed experience. That's right. Move-in days are coming, and some are headed out to college out of state, while others are commuting, near home. In fact, I know a few people that their kids are getting their first year at NMSU, and they are in town, but they are moving on to campus, which I think is a good thing. Now, either way, it is the start of a new adventure and a new chapter in life for them. But thinking back to your college days, well, I wouldn't even say college days. I would say thinking back to your college experiences, sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. But thinking back to back then, what do you wish you could tell your freshman self, as people just graduated high school? Maybe they're even considering college or not considering it or thinking about some options. If you think back to back then, what kind of advice would you wish to tell your freshman self at that time, right? Your freshly graduated from high school self. Well, I was thinking about it, and I would say that, if you're going into college, absolutely. If you're not going out of state and you're staying in town, definitely move on campus, because that is an experience that I think you just have to get through. Get away from the parents for a little bit. But I would absolutely advise that everybody kind of do that, because you really got to get into that college experience. Of course, if I could tell myself that, of course, I would tell myself to definitely get to college a lot sooner than I did before. Waiting 10 years was not a good thing for me. So I don't know. That's the kind of advice that I would give myself if I were to go back in time. So what about you? What kind of advice would you give your freshman self? So thinking back to your own college experience, what do you wish you could tell your freshman self? That is our question of the day. And go ahead and let me know your answers. 575-523-KGRT is the number if you want to call it in, or text it in, 575-523-5478. Same number for both. Of course, we are live on our social media pages. You can leave your comments below for Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter as well. So, what is it? What would you tell yourself to go ahead and, let yourself know about that college experience? Or what bit of advice would you give yourself? Yeah, let me know your answers to our question of the day. Okay, looks like we are exclusively up on our social media pages right now. That is good. So, like I said, I went to college about 10 years after I graduated high school. So if I had to say or tell myself anything, I would say go to college like right away, because that would be an experience that's like 10 years of waiting on to experience some things that I wish I could have experienced earlier in life. But in general, I would also say don't start your first semester off with 21 credit hours. Oh, that was a killer. So, what advice would you give yourself? Thinking back to your own college experience, what do you wish you could tell your freshman self, that you want to go ahead and let them know if you could go back in time and talk to yourself? What would you tell yourself? That is our question of the day. Also, of course, just in honor of all of those freshmen that are getting ready for move-in day. In fact, NMSU move-in days are coming up here. We're going to be out there for a bit as well, as everybody is getting moved in to the dorms. So look forward to seeing everybody out. And what would you tell yourself? Let me know your answers to our question of the day. Once again, call them in, text them in. 575-523-KGRT is the number, 575-523-5478. And let's see. Go ahead and check the text messages, see if we've got anything in there yet, because I forgot to sign in. There we go. I signed in now. Let's see. Forget getting married. Get your degree first. Okay, that is a timing right there. Also, graduated high school and started working. Well, that is an option. There's some great. There's something to be said about getting out there and getting into the workforce right away too, as well. There are pros and cons, is how we put it, on each of those. But good pieces of advice there. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on in and around the world today. I saw that Elon Musk plans to stream his fight with Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg on Twitter X. He posted Zuck and Must Fight live streamed on X. All proceeds will go to charity for veterans. I keep wondering if they're actually going to do it or not, but they keep talking about it. Also saw that some grocery stores are getting ready, already selling Christmas chocolate and holiday wine out there. So they even started skipping. They've skipped, Thanksgiving and Halloween. They've been doing that for years now. Now they're skipping back to school season, and it seems they might even be getting a jump on, pumpkin spice latte season as well, because you just can't wait for Christmas to get here, right? And speaking of that pumpkin spice latte, we talked about how some restaurants are doing some pumpkin spice stuff already. In fact, Wendy's is bringing back their pumpkin spice frosty in early September, so get ready for that one. Also saw that apparently American Airlines is no longer going to serve champagne in first and business classes on many international flights. They are switching to sparkling wine because it's less expensive, because it can't be called champagne unless it's grown in a specific place in France. That is my understanding anyway, for sure. So once again, our question of the day, thinking back to your own college experience, what do you wish you could tell your freshman self? What piece of advice would you give yourself as you are getting ready for that freshman year? That is our question of the day, in honor of the fact that lots of new freshmen are headed out to college. In fact, moving days are coming up here for NMSU. Like I said, we're going to be out there and having a good time out as well. So looking forward to seeing all the new students that are going to be coming in and get ready for this year. So what would you tell yourself? Yeah, thinking of your own college experience, what do you wish you could tell your freshman self? That is our question of the day. So go ahead and let me know your answers. Once again, call them in, text them in, 575-523-KGRT. And as always, just leave your comments below, and we can get to those as we are live on all of our social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Let me know your answers to our question of the day.